Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I'm your host. Let's get into it, guys. We got a handful of things to cover today. Lots of SEC stuff and Bitcoin ETF stuff. Let's go. SEC's first window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs begin today. This was 9 hours ago, guys. So, saying between the 9th and the 17th, blah, blah, blah. Today is the 9th. Let's see what happens. Moving on, Ark Invest and 21 Shares partner to launch digital asset ETF suite. Guys, I'm going to say something that, who knows, right? I'm just some dude in a room. But when you start seeing all this stuff coming out with these suites, things like that, I think they've already been given the green light. But just like with the XRP trial, I believe that so they don't manipulate markets too much, they've got to do things slowly and not so abruptly to pump the markets. But when you're seeing things like this going on behind the scenes, that when you're seeing companies act as if they've already gotten the green light for things like the ETF approval, creating an ETF suite, et cetera, it kind of lends me into the thought process that leads me into the thought process that they've already been told that it's going to get approved, right? All right. Bitcoin ETF launch could be delayed more than a month after SEC approval. Wouldn't matter. Give us a month to build our bags. Whoop-de-doo. And last but not least, this POS. SEC Gensler hints he's open to an FTX reboot under proper leadership. Of course he is. That was his baby. Why wouldn't he be? All right. So the market, guys, it looks like it's going to be a green day. Let me refresh this real quick. Current market cap right now sitting at 1.38 trillion. Bitcoin dominance ticking up still, 52.2%. ETH dominance ticking down, 16.7%. Gwei is getting up there. 37 Gwei will get you that ETH transaction, which sucks because I've been buying a lot of on-chain stuff, decentralized stuff, and gas is a mother effer. All right, guys, let's blow through the top 100 to see what's moving, what's not. Blah, blah, blah. You know how we do. Bitcoin right now, 4.51% to the upside. ETH looking weak. The chart doesn't look weak, but its movement looks weak, if that makes sense. All right, let's go. Solana up 10.33%. Cardano up 5.45%. Toncoin down about 6.5%. It was just at 718. There we go. Chainlink pumping 11.24 to the upside on the day. Matic 7 to the upside. Avalanche 7.16 to the upside. OKB 6.89 to the upside. Filecoin 7.25 green. 7.77 for Aave. 5.10 for Near Protocol. Injective, yeah, kind of stalling, right around that $16, $17, $18 range. I just brought it up because I'm a fan of it. CryptoQuant 5.33, 12.69 to the upside for Thorchain. 8.2 for Satoshi's Vision. Ugh. Look at this rip. God. I don't get it. Neo, 8.24. Theta, 8.33. 7.47 is the upside for Synthetics. 12.1. Are we in a bull market already? What in the shit? Mina, 12% to the upside. 12.11 for Gala Games, guys. Gala waking back up. Don't let that FUD fool you. 11.72% for Pepe. 12.49 for Arware. Jesus. Huobi 19.74 to the upside on the daily. I guess, man. Exchange tokens. What was it? KuCoin last week? Or a couple days ago? 9.5 for Rose. I still haven't gotten a bag of Rose, guys. Ugh. feel like I'm missing out on that one. 5.976% for Gate token. 8.36 for Blur. That thing has been ripping. 6.33 for Terra. Classic. Okay. I guess this is probably on the news that a bunch of shit might get put back into play with FTX, maybe? I don't know. And 1 inch. Right at the 100. 3.73 on the day, 19.34 for the week. That, guys, is your top 100 Bitcoin breaking right now, 37K. All right. So we got the breakout of our ascending triangle. Congratulations. If you played this, take the money and run. So 37 looked like it was going to be strong resistance. I'm going to put a line in there right now just in case. And we just pulled back. Okay, so I'm going to say something. It's going to sound really bearish, and I'm sorry. But I've got a feeling that we're going to get a pullback. I could be wrong. I hope I am, man. I always want everything to just go straight to the straight up in a straight line, green candles all day long for everybody, including myself. I think I've only shorted the market in my trading history maybe 5 to 6 times. It's something I need to get more comfortable with, because making money is making money, but it's just not something I've ever felt good about. It's a weird feeling. And side note, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a terrible trader. Don't pay attention to me. I'm a nobody. With that being said, I feel like we're going to get a rollover, which is not bad, guys. 2 things could happen, right? We can fall back to the point of control somewhere in here between 34544 and 33642, somewhere in here, and just continue moving sideways, which what that'll do is it'll give altcoins, mid caps, micro caps more room to run, which is great. Because don't forget, when Bitcoin pumps, it's going to start pulling liquidity from those areas. At least it used to. Who knows, man? This next bull cycle might be very different. But if it continues to be the same, when Bitcoin pumps, it pulls liquidity. And everything kind of pauses and waits for Bitcoin to do what it's going to do. But I think we're due for a not necessarily a correction, but a cool off period. I think it'd be way more healthy for the market if that happens. Like I said, there's a lot of people calling for a 30K pullback, which again is not bad on the grand scheme of things. Just more time to load up on altcoins and microcaps that could potentially pump significantly larger. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. If we roll over and we don't hold this original top of the ascending triangle as support, we start rolling over more, I will probably exit out of a lot of my micros that I'm in. Ones that aren't locked up, things like that. My play tokens, my things, my super degen stuff. And I'll wait to see what Bitcoin's going to do. Especially if we lose this top line here. If we lose like this, whatever this is right around 35.3. If we lose this as support, that's probably what I'm going to do. Just give me more better entries, right? But I'm feeling it. I know a lot of people are saying we could potentially get a 30 to 60% correction, the last correction before this thing flies off the handle. Let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna have to clearly make my screen a little bit deeper. So from where we're at, let's just say from 37. I mean, ooh, that's so a 30%. Let's see a 30%. 30% puts us at just under 26K. 25,872-ish. Okay. I mean, look, anything is possible in the realm of crypto, but that's huge. It would be very... And I see why they're saying that. They're seeing a pullback to this range, this point of control. And like I've said, if we lose that, let me back this out just a little more. I never erase shit. I need to start doing that. I don't know, man. There's so much price action in here that for me to believe that there's not just buy orders stacked to, because we're looking at this right here. Everybody's focusing on this, but look at all this back here. To say that we're gonna go down, I mean, a 50% correction is gonna be back down here around 20K, if not more. Yeah. $18.5. Again, I would be a fool to say that it's not possible, but everything in me tells me not gonna happen. There's just too much. Look at this. There's too much confluence. There's too much price action in here. There's too many. There's gonna be buy orders and that are stacked in here. Everybody that missed this rip is gonna be trying to get in around here. I just think the buy pressure will be too much. With that being said, I still do believe that a pullback to 30K is in play. That is going to give you the silence is deafening. Just under a 20% pullback, which is significant, guys. That would not surprise me at all. A pullback to 30. The only reason I'm telling you that is something I always tell you guys on this channel is be prepared for it, right? God, my lines are freaking ridiculous. I'm a fool. Be prepared for it, right? Everything's green and gold and everybody's hopium to the gills. What does that tell you? It tells you to be prepared, man. Don't start selling your bags yet. Let the price action tell you what it's going to do. Let's go to the 1 hour. I mean, we're kind of flagging on the 1 hour. That's more of an ascending channel. This would have been your flag, and we broke out of it. We're beating our heads on 37. 7 minute. Thank you, Sam Price. That is your resistance. That could be a potential double top rate we're looking at right now on the 7 minute. I would not be surprised if we roll over and go back down at least on the 7 minute to 36.5-ish right there. That would not surprise me one bit. Bullish scenario. We roll over. We flip this original resistance on the 7 minute, this 36.786 to support, and then continue to go back to the upside, right? Again, Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, high five to you, bud. That 7 minute it's insanely accurate for price direction. I wouldn't like necessarily trade on it. Like, I don't do short time frames like that. I know he does. The dude is a G. It's not my vibe. I can't hang with it. I don't have the risk tolerance for it. But if we roll over, look for a bounce off of this resistance, flipping that resistance into support. If we lose it, look for a bounce here. If we lose this, we're probably going back down to 35.4-ish. Okay, with that being said, let's go back to the 4 hour. My point, just be prepared, guys. We're due for a correction. but just watch the charts, watch the action, watch the price action to give you an idea of what's going to happen, guys. Don't just start selling your bags and get freaked out. With that being said, let me blow through a couple of coins just to look at stuff. ETH, just slow, man. Sideways, broke out of resistance, good. Flipped resistance into support, good. Just not big rips. Again, our next level of resistance we're looking at clearly right now is going to be around this 1920 level. XRP, potentially following that cup and handle that I was telling you guys about. Let's look at it on a daily because this is a huge cup and handle. It's more of a daily chart kind of thing. Keep your eye on it. That support level now is 68522. We're sitting right on it right now. Back to the 4. Cardano bounced off of my buy order. If you're not really counting wicks, okay, so we bounced around this 3420 level. Got a V-shaped recovery. Cool. Broke resistance. Looks like we're potentially flipping this resistance of 3707 into support as we speak. That's good, man. It's bullish. Injective is getting really hung up here around this like I said, the bottom of these wicks, 1650, 1822. Let's see if it'll break out. We might just get some sideways action for quite some time, which is good. It's healthy. We might do one of these for a while and then rip. But it's been going ham, so I wouldn't. Again, pullbacks, slowdowns, corrections, they're part of the game, guys. Don't be scared if it happens. Just be prepared. And I got to talk about it. I got to. Pal, guys, this thing is a monster. Look at this daily candle. We went from 1180 to 1362. Day before that, we went from 9.5 to 12.39. This thing is a monster. And look, okay, this is the beginning of this chart. This is the daily. Just shows you how new this token is. Again, now here, I would not be surprised because of how insanely, like, just crazy this price action is. A pullback to right around somewhere in here. Let's just say a pullback to just above 8 cents. Would not surprise me in something like this. People take profits, guys. It's a 38% pullback. I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be upset. I might even be a good entry point. Would be mad at it at all. I definitely, if that does happen, I'll tell you straight up right now, I'll probably double down again. All right, guys, that's all I got for charts today. Let's go Bitcoin back to it. Yeah, we're just beating our heads on that 37K. Let's see if we break through it. If not, look for this top of this ascending triangle to hold. Charts, man. It's a lot to talk about. Okay, on the news. SEC's first window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs to begin today. There's an 8-day window between November 9th and November 17th where all 12 spot Bitcoin ETF filings could be approved by the SEC, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst James S. and Eric Balkunas. The United States Securities Exchange Commission could approve all 12 of the pending spot Bitcoin ETF applications within the next 8 days. Bloomberg ETF analyst James S. and Eric Balkunas wrote that starting from November 9th in the United States, the SEC has a window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETF filings, including Grayscale's conversion of the GBTC Trust product in the days leading up to November 17th, but stress this is only a possibility. Delay orders were issued by the SEC for BlackRock, Bitwise, Van Eck, WisdomTree, Invesco, Fidelity, and Valkyrie. At the same time, Safar wrote in a November 8th post on X, the agency wants to allow all 12 filings to launch. As we believe, this is the first available window since Grayscale's court victory was affirmed. The reason for this brief window is that when the SEC extended the deadline For a number of the pending spot Bitcoin ETF filings, it selected November 8th as the last day of the comment period. From November 17th, the comment period for 3 filings, including Global X Bitcoin Trust, Hashdex Bitcoin ETF, and Franklin Bitcoin ETF, would recommence, meaning that they wouldn't be approved or denied until after November 23rd at the earliest, while the window for accepting all 12 filings ends on November 17th. Mr. S added that the SEC could technically make a decision on 9 of the 12 applications anytime before January 10th. While the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF is in no way guaranteed, both Mr. S and Balkunas predicted a 90% chance of an approval sometime before January 10th of next year. Grayscale in talks with SEC over GBTC conversion, while market pundits eagerly await the SEC's decision. Crypto asset manager Grayscale has reportedly initiated discussions with the regulator concerning its application to convert its trust product GBTC into a spot Bitcoin ETF, according to a November 9th report from CoinDesk. According to sources familiar with the matter, Grayscale has been in contact with both the SEC's Division of Trading and Markets and a Division of Corporation Finance since winning its court battle with the regulator on August 29th. As the perceived odds of a Bitcoin ETF begin approved have increased, so too has the optimism in the crypto market, with the price of Bitcoin gaining more than 30% in the last 3 months. Bitcoin's outsized rally has buoyed price activity in another major asset as well. In the past month, Solana gained a staggering 93% amid scaling improvements, while Ripple and ETH grew 36% and 20% respectively. While many within the industry are confident an approval will kickstart the next bull market, other analysts aren't convinced that the rally has staying power. Okay, it's just going to put more money into the market. So I would like to see why they think that doesn't have staying power. We'll see. All right, moving on. Ark Invest and 21 Shares partnered to launch digital asset ETF suite. 5 digital asset ETF products will be listed on the Chicago Board Options Exchange and are scheduled to start trading next week. Investment management firm Ark Invest, led by pro-Bitcoin investment veteran Cathie Wood, has collaborated with exchange-traded product ETP provider 21 Shares to launch a new suite of digital asset exchange-traded fund ETFs. The move aims to provide a robust set of options for investors looking to get digital assets into their trading portfolio. According to 21 Shares website, the companies will utilize on-chain signals and the crypto-native experience to deliver long-term capital appreciation by investing in Bitcoin and ETH futures contracts. According to the prospectuses, whatever, released by the company's 5 product. I can't read. I need to go back to first grade. 5 products are scheduled to start trading in the next week. Furthermore, these ETFs will be listed on the Chicago Board Options Exchange, CBOE. The company also underscored that it will not be offering investors a chance to invest directly in spot BTC. In a disclaimer, the company highlighted that investors seeking exposure to the price of BTC Bitcoin should consider other forms of investments. Apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum futures, one product called the Ark 21 Shares Blockchain and Digital Economy Innovation ETF, that is a mouthful, is also designed to invest in public equities of companies within the blockchain industry. According to 21 Shares, this provides investors with what is described as a holistic exposure to the growth of blockchain technology. Meanwhile, Bloomberg analysts speculate the United States Securities Exchange Commission has a window to approve the Bitcoin ETF filings on November 8th. Analyst James S. and Balkunas wrote that there was a possibility that the SEC could approve all 12 ETF filings if the agency decides to allow the concept. However, the analysts also stressed that this was only a possibility and that there was nothing concrete yet. Right, moving on. Bitcoin ETF launch could be delayed more than a month after the SEC approval. A total of 12 asset managers have filed a spot Bitcoin ETF with the US SEC, with the first window of approval from the SEC opening on November 8th, which is yesterday. With the United States Securities and Exchange Commission's first window opening up for the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF, analysts have noted that even if the SEC approves a spot Bitcoin ETF, it will be a month before the actual launch. That's fine. I think there would be a bullish sentiment leading up to it. Launch will probably happen in early January. With the start of the year. Makes sense. The expected delay in the launch following the potential SEC approval would be due to the two-step process of launching an ETF. For an issue to start a Bitcoin ETF, it must get SEC approval from the Trading and Markets Division on its 19B-4 filing and the Corporate Finance Division on the S-1 filing or prospectus. The main focus of the Corporate Finance Division includes fund operations details and risk disclosures. To date, of the 12 Bitcoin ETF applications, 9 issuers have submitted revised prospectuses showing they have communicated with the corporate finance. Market analysts believe the Bitcoin ETF launch may get delayed if the SEC approves the 19B-4 approvals before the prospectus documents are signed off. Bloomberg ETF analyst James S. noted that even if a 19B-4 is approved, an S-1 approval could take weeks or months between approval and launch. That's fine. There's an 8-day window for the SEC starting November 8th and ending on November 17th to approve the first spot Bitcoin ETF, although market pundits have increased the chances of approval to 90%. They believe approval won't come until early next year. The SEC had earlier extended the deadline for comment on the spot Bitcoin ETF until November 8th for the comment period. The spot Bitcoin ETF race in the U.S. began when the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, filed its application, while Fidelity and a few other asset managers have also filed for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Most faced rejections or withdrew their applications. The 2023-2024 cycle, however, has prompted many market commentators to predict a possible approval for the spot ETF, giving it as high as a 90% chance. I think it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. I think it might happen this month, guys. I've been saying that. I could be wrong. If it doesn't happen this month, it's not going to happen in December. That wouldn't make any sense to me. Again, like per usual, guys, I'm some idiot in a room. I could be wrong. Again, I don't think the government does shit during the holidays. So, I'll tell you what. If it doesn't get approved before Thanksgiving, it ain't happening until at least first quarter of next year. Let's see what happens. All right. Last but not least, Gary Gensler hints Samsonite. SEC's Gensler hints he's open to an FTX reboot under proper leadership. Please don't. If Tom or anybody else wanted to be in this field, I would say do it within the law, SEC Chair Gary Gensler iterated. United States Securities Regulator Chief has hinted he would be open to a rebooted crypto exchange, FTX. Why? Why not just give the green light to anything else that's already above board and has been working hard? I don't get this. Maybe I'm not smart enough. I just don't understand. So they can control it, right? So they could put all of their turd friends in play. I won't touch it. I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. As long as the new leadership stays within the bounds of the law. The United States Securities Regulator Chief has hinted that he would be open to a rebooted crypto exchange, FTX, as long as the leadership stays in blah, blah, blah. SEC Chair Gary Gensler's comments were made in response to reports that Tom Farley, a former president of the New York Stock Exchange, is now in the running to buy the bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange founded by now convicted fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried. And I gotta say, on the conspiracy theory note, if this doesn't sound completely orchestrated right here in this paragraph, I don't know what does. Gensler was having secret meetings with Sam and FTX. It goes down. throw Sam in jail. Screw Sam. See you later. Bye. Now let's move in this dude that we all have in our pocket. If Tom or anybody else wanted to be in this field, I would say do it within the law. Gensler said in an interview at DC FinTech Week on November 8th, according to CNBC, he added, build the trust of investors in what you're doing and ensure that you're doing the proper disclosures. And also that you're not commingling all the functions, trading against your customers, or using their crypto assets for your own purposes. Farley is the CEO of cryptocurrency exchange. Farley is the CEO of cryptocurrency exchange Bullish, which was founded in 2021. I've never heard of any of that. Fintech startup Figure Technologies and cryptocurrency venture capital firm Proof Group are the other two bidders in the mix to buy FTX, according to a November 8th report by the Wall Street Journal, who cited people familiar with the matter. The winner could restart the exchange after its planned exit from bankruptcy next year, according to the Wall Street Journal report. Crypto still has its fair share of fraudsters, says Gensler. Anyone who isn't in your pocket. Got it. Meanwhile, in light of Bankman-Fried's conviction, Gensler said the cryptocurrency industry is still rife. Fraudsters and hucksters. You whippersnappers. I could just see him shaking his finger like a crazy person. With fraudsters, it suggested more work needs to be done to keep them away from the investors. Think about how many actors in this space are not complying right now. You need to comply. Comply! With the international sanctions and money laundering laws, and are using crypto for nefarious or bad actions. He said without naming individuals or companies. Gensler added, if it's a non-compliant fraudster, why would we want them in our markets? You mean like yourself, dude? Despite the SEC's crackdown on the cryptocurrency industry, U.S. Representative Tom Emmer has previously called out Gensler and the securities regulator in December for in December? Oh, I guess he said this in December. This popped up yesterday. Everybody was talking about it. Tom Emmer had previously called out Gensler and the securities regulator in December for missing the FTX, Terra Luna, Celsius, Voyager failures. Exactly, this is what we keep saying. While he was going after things like Library and Ripple, which collectively wiped out billions of dollars from the cryptocurrency investors. Emmer went as far as to suggest Gensler helped Bankman-Fried gain a regulatory monopoly. I agree. On the cryptocurrency industry prior to FTX collapse. But the statement wasn't backed by any evidence. The SEC is currently battling out lawsuits against Binance, Coinbase, and Ripple over alleged securities violations, and Grayscale for its application to convert its Bitcoin Trust product into a spot Bitcoin ETF. This dude. Can we get rid of this guy already? I'm just so over it. All right, guys, that's what we got going on with the ETFs and Gensler, blah, blah, blah. Still fighting 37K. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this morning. If you do enjoy the content I provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto IO, please, by all means, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know when I do post videos. I can never get that out of my mouth correctly. Watch the videos, share the videos and this channel on all of your social channels. And above all, if there's anything you can do to help support this channel and support the adoption and growth of crypto, guys, like the videos. Not only mine, anybody who watch in this space, like the videos. Don't be lazy. If you want your bags to pump, if you want crypto adoption to spread, the biggest thing you can do is spread the awareness by liking videos if you're watching them on YouTube. Outside of that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm out of here.